Thank you for joining. You are here because you have a question that you need an answer to. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, young Morpheus Cage. In this show, what I'm looking to do is, along with my two co-hosts and guest hosts, which I will bring along down the road, we are going to try to break down this complete political matrix, is what I like to call it. I have been deeply influenced by the philosophy and the similarities I see between the fictional movie and the real political matrix which we're in. Granted, the movie throws a lot of sci-fi and fun computer and kung fu and all that. The difference is, in this real political matrix which we're in, it is real. It's not a dream. And once we get into explaining it, you will start to see how this whole political system, this whole political matrix is controlled. Many times you hear people talk about a system and the system is doing this, the system is doing that. Well, I look at it just in form of a matrix. This system affects every single one of us, from the wealthiest to the poorest of us. It is ever reaching, it is ever expensive. The only way we can fight back against all of the injustices which we face throughout this entire world is we have to fight back. And I don't mean fight back as in physically. Just like in the movie Matrix, the war took place in the mind. And that's what our goal will be. My co-hosts, Christopher and Emmanuel, I believe that they're going to be able to illuminate some of these issues and some of these controls and how this whole system is completely interwoven, and it's right in front of our face. And it's perfectly normal for most of us to never see it. It's like the old fisherman's tale or joke. You know, he went up to the fish and he asked, "How's the water?" And both of the fish swam by and looked back at him. He's like, "What water?" That's the same way this system is. It's meant to be a disguise. It's meant to be a chameleon, to hide itself, to keep you all in the dark from the truth of what's going on. I cannot promise you that the things that we will talk about and that we will discuss and that we will discover will be the rosy and friendly truth which we will all want. But it will be the truth. Speaking of the truth and perceptions of the truth, Emmanuel, who I am bringing along, one of my first co-hosts, he is going to bring along a very different perspective from myself, even though we agree on so many issues, and the different perspective in explaining this political matrix and how it's all formed and how he's viewed and experienced it from other angles, and still the outcome and results and effects, strategies which they use are all similar no matter where you are. My next co-host, which I will bring on and let him explain to you more in depth how this system has worked, how it's worked over time, how it's built itself throughout the history of the different nations of the world. We'll talk about all of those things in the political matrix. Hope you join me. Thank you.